welcome everybody to another episode of Head to Head Sports. I'm your host, Brian Parker, along with my co-host, Mr. Randall Hargrove. Now, last time I said, how you doing, sir? You had a bad look on your face. But I got a feeling that today, when I say, how you doing, sir, it's going to be a whole lot better than it was 7 days ago.
Oh, yeah, it'd be a lot better. No doubt about that. But you know what? These Steelers are going to be the death of me still.
Oh, my goodness. Absolutely. It is a Steeler Monday, so we will definitely jump into that. We thank everybody for tuning in wherever you are. We are streaming live and direct on Roku TV, as well as Instagram, Facebook Live, as well as YouTube. If you're on YouTube, we appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe wherever you're joining from, even if it's on the replay. If you're not watching us live but watching us later on the replay, we definitely appreciate you for doing that. Man, we have gotten into deep into the NFL season, and every week from here on out is going to have playoff feel to it, because every game, especially for teams that are either currently in the playoffs if they ended today, or right on the outside looking in, every game is going to have, well, not every game, but a lot of these games are going to have some serious playoff implications, even from the fact of, if you win this week, you're winning the division. If you lose this week, you're still in the playoffs, but now you're a damn wild card. So teams will keep flip-flopping from wild card to division leader, and it is going to go down to the wire.
Week 15 is one of the best weeks of football we've had.
Man,
it's outstanding.
This week was really, really good. I mean, there were some really entertaining games. Even a shit bowl game, which I would call Cleveland and Tennessee, was actually pretty damn entertaining and controversial at the same damn time.
Yeah, it would be really good.
Yeah, it came down to some stupidity, but we'll talk about that too, because I would not want to be named Stefanski today, because boy, somebody catching a whole lot of well-deserved crap, and we'll definitely at least touch on that.
Yeah, but you want to run 2-point plays towards the end zone.
And you probably want the guy that got you back in the game to be out there when you do it.
Yeah.
I'm a damn wildcat.
If you're going to throw a pass, yeah.
Don't make no damn sense. Anyway, oh gosh, the guy that threw over 300-something yards and you take him out. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Shedeur, man. Awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Shedeur. Shedeur doing his thing. He was actually named starter for the remainder of the season today. So that's much deserved, and just goes to show perseverance does pay off, from the standpoint of basically nobody, I think, in that organization even wanted that to happen, and things kind of fell into place for that to happen. And we'll definitely get into that. Miranda, now that I start the shows now, we got one more game to end this week. We've got the Philadelphia Eagles traveling or already in Los Angeles to face the Chargers tonight, with a whole lot of implications going on, as the Chargers are currently sitting at the 6th seed right now, continuing to try to get into that conversation of the playoffs and everything. Right now, they would be a wild card, so we'll see how that goes. But they lose tonight. I mean, they're at 8-5, and they're hanging on the thread themselves. Houston's at 8-5, as well as Indianapolis is at 8-5.
I'll tell you who's a Philadelphia Eagles fan tonight is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Boy. Oh yeah, we're gonna definitely get into that. But yeah, them Chiefs are done. I mean, there's no way. I mean, they would have to win out. They've already lost 7 games. Let's look at that too, because if you look at the AFC right now, and this is how it flows. Last week, the number 1 overall seed in the AFC were the New England Patriots. They're not the number 1 anymore. They're number 2. Number 1 now are the Denver Broncos. They have the same identical record. But according to what I'm looking at, the Broncos would win any tiebreakers over New England based on win percentage in conference games. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's just that much. But both are the Denver Broncos and New England Patriots have already won 11 games, only lost 2 the entire year. 13 games, they won 11.
crazy. I had Denver picked as believe a wild card. I didn't have New
Hmm.
England making it at all. So this is
Right,
crazy.
right, right. Well, when you think about when you thought about it, we were looking at the fact that the AFC East uh probably was going to get just the division winner in, and we looked at that to be Buffalo,
Yeah,
or that kind of thing. Just because we saw the AFC West being a little bit more heavy as far as 2 to 3 teams, kind of like at the beginning of the season how we thought about the NFC North, but it ends up looking like it might be more the NFC West uh, that's going to pull that off, or at least get multiple teams in as well. But yeah, 1 and 2, you've got the Broncos and the Patriots. Number 3, I still can't believe this one either. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars, and now I did predict they were going to beat the Colts. That part didn't surprise me because they've been trending up. The Colts have been trending down. Uh, Colts started out a lot hotter, but the Jaguars just, you know, one game after another game, just started stringing it together. Sunshine looks like he's been a lot more poised. ETN's been doing a lot more, and more importantly, their defense has just been outstanding. So, uh,
yeah.
yeah, they're number 3.
Breaking
Breaking
news is
news
just now
now
coming out.
coming out.
Daniel
Daniel
Jones has
Jones.
lost for the year with an Achilles injury.
Yep.
Philip Rivers will be working out for the Colts tomorrow.
For real, for real?
Hasn't played in 5 years.
I thought the craziest thing that I saw about something like that today was Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yeah, he's coming back too. Yeah,
For Tampa Bay, they didn't put him on the practice squad.
yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, damn, what's next? We gonna just start digging him out the grave? I mean, what
I'm
we
saying,
doing?
I guess Rivers is like, well, hell, if Rodgers could do it.
Oh my gosh! You know what? Rogers got every cortisone Bengay having old NFL quarterbacks in there. Hell, now Drew Brees gonna be thinking, you know what?
Yeah, for real, gonna start giving all these quarterback ideas.
Oh, Wes Davidson dropping his kids off at school and gets a call to come and play. That's crazy. I mean, can you really this far in the season get in the football shape that fast? I mean, I understand you may still have the arm and stuff like that, but can you get the football speed that fast?
Man, look, the odds are against him. He better have kept himself in shape on top of going out to like throw to high school kids. He better been doing all of that.
Yeah, man, but
Because if he hasn't, the speed of this game is going to overwhelm him. Dude is 44 years old. So
what's gonna happen when that defensive end come around that edge and get him with that first lick?
who's your backup? By the way, Wes Davidson, what's up, brother? Thanks for tuning in.
Goodness. Yeah, what's going on, Wes? Man, that's a hella interesting. Number 4 ran would be those Pittsburgh Steelers who had a hell of a win yesterday, hung on to win the game, but did win the game against the Ravens. Man has 10 kids. He's got that killer energy. Yeah, I know you've been putting out them kids and everything. There's something to be said for having some energy for that. To
I'm
make it
saying,
fun.
he damn sure he got a whole offensive squad, don't he?
Yeah, maybe he's been lining them up in the
I'm
backyard.
saying he can be a quarterback, and he got the other 10. So yeah,
He almost do 7-on-7 drill. God almighty. Well, hell, if he put himself, his wife, and maybe a brother-in-law or somebody else out there, he probably can give 7-on-7.
Yeah.
But good Lord. But yeah, so you got the Steelers. They did win. and that actually put them back in first place in the division against the Baltimore Ravens. Those divisional games are always so important to win
Man,
because it's like two games instead of one, because not only do you win that game, but then that gets you even closer to the tiebreaker, especially if you can sweep. Um, because they look at head to head so much when they're looking at tiebreakers, even if you both finished the season with the exact same record.
man, I'm telling you, yesterday was absolutely critical to have. We had to have that game. So now we got a little one game lead. We're 7-6, they're 6-7. But the thing is, their strength of schedule is a lot tougher than ours.
Yes.
And they still got Cincinnati to play, who we get the luxury of avoiding right now. Because them boys are balling. I think we communicated about that yesterday.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, it wasn't because of Joe Burrow that the Bills came back and won that game. It was what's been the issue, the thorn in Cincinnati's side for the last couple of years has just been their defense.
yeah.
Uh, it has been the thing. Now Trey Hendrickson looks like he's going to be out the rest of the season with core issue. Um, so that doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about. I said Cincinnati. No, Trey is Cincinnati. Yeah.
Yeah, Tracer, sir.
Yeah, Trey Cincinnati. So yeah, that's definitely not going to help in that situation. Ma, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Margiaga. Hi, hello. How you doing? Welcome to the show. And I don't know who the hell this is. Happy Buddha Suga. Hello as well. Welcome. Been finding a lot more people now that I changed to this other thing. Let me see here what we got. I'm not sure if they lost yesterday, they would have let Mike out the building. Yeah, hey,
Man,
look,
look.
look, Philly fans done had enough of Kevin Petula egging his damn house and him getting mad, talking about his wife and his kids and this and that and the other. We don't want to hear that. They knew what they signed up for when they came to Philly. Shit.
I'm saying, man.
We will egg Santa Claus. We will egg your house.
Mike Tomlin, yes, you're right about that one. I mean, that game was in Baltimore, though. So
Yeah.
we will see what he does when they're in Pittsburgh this week. It's a Monday night football game, inferior opponent.
On
Oh,
paper,
man.
I
So
know
we'll
you hate
see.
that because on paper it should be it shouldn't even be a question, but then a lot of
Exactly.
times these teams play down to their competition too much.
Tomlin always plays down to the competition. That's why I'm like shaking my head with this, man.
Yeah,
Um,
because
it
they
is the
get up for a
Miami
divisional
Dolphins.
opponent like this, and then will wet the bed against somebody else that they should just beat the brakes off of.
Exactly. We got the Miami Dolphins at home. There is zero excuse for losing that game.
Hmm.
So yeah, to your point, Wes, Monday Night Football, we let a freaking Miami team come up in our house in December and beat us on live TV. Tomlin gets whatever he fucking deserves.
This will be Mike Tomlin after that game at the press conference. Now
Yeah,
we didn't perform well. That starts with me. The standard wasn't met, and the standard's the standard.
same
Uh,
crap all over and
I
over.
can understand why the fans would be mad. I feel their pain. Anyway,
Same thing over and over.
I wish I could do the bug eyes.
Yeah. It literally is a nightmare for me. It's a repeating nightmare. Here we are again, 7-6. We're probably going to be 9-8.
Yeah, yeah, damn it.
That's probably going to win the
That's the first
division.
thing I thought about when y'all won the game. I said, damn it.
That's going to get us into the
They
playoffs.
gonna make it a 9.
That's going to get us a road playoff game.
Why is it? Why is it that so
And
many
what's going to
people?
happen in that road playoff game?
I know. It's almost like you already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
And it's like, but that's why I'm like, okay, but what's the alternative? Because if you guys just tank and not win 9 games and you end up with a top 12 pick or top 10 pick, um, I mean, y'all will burn the town down for that because you're not used to that. But then if you win just enough games to get to the playoffs, but not do a damn thing in it, and then end up with a upper 20, mid 20 pick, that doesn't help the team either.
Yeah, man, it's kind of been in purgatory for several years now. The fans though would be satisfied with just winning a playoff game at this point. That's all I want. You know, if we win a playoff game, I'm excusing Tomlin. All bets are off. Thank you. Let's go ahead and repeat this thing, build up talent, come back again next year. But if you lose a playoff game, another one, that will now be officially 10 years since the Steelers last won a playoff game. It is time for your ass to go, bro.
Yeah. Well, I find myself not liking to bring up Stephen A. Smith too much anymore, but I will say he asked a great question. He said, if any other coach that you said with that resume, last 10 years, no playoff wins, what would happen?
He'd be fired, period.
Ben's gone. And he's right. What? You can't even argue that because
No.
we've seen people fired from way worse. Or better if you want to put it in that context where it was like, man, it wasn't even 10 years.
Yeah, you don't get that long of a leash in the NFL.
Hell, Gerard Mayo got booted after 1 year in New England.
Yeah, you don't get that long of a leash in the NFL unless your name is Tomlin. That's it, man.
Antonio Pierce didn't last. Hell, you blinked and his ass was gone. I mean, people go.
I mean, I like Mike Tomlin, don't get me wrong. And him being a good person and an outstanding dude has nothing to do with it, right?
Nope.
It's about the job performance. You win one Super Bowl because, I mean, come on, let's be real. We're not going to win the Super Bowl this year. So if we bring him back next year, he has won one Super Bowl in 20 years.
Yeah, and you know that I saw that they are facing an issue with Tomlin because his extension is up in March of next year.
Perfect timing.
So if they, but they're not going to extend him 1 year and make him a lamed up coach for the whole year. So if they do extend him, it's going to be for multiple years so that you don't go into 2026 with a coach that is playing on a 1 year contract.
Yeah. It's either, 3-year deal or fired. That's what he's looking at.
Yeah. So we'll know in March that if Mike Tomlin gets extended, then that's going to be your coach for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't be so much against Tomlin coming back and coaching if his coaching philosophy, number one, changes. And what I mean by that is have some folks around him the coaching wise. I'm sorry, the comment just threw me off. I'm sorry.
I love trolls.
Man, YouTube is crazy.
Somebody's interested in trans.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, okay, that's just nuts. Oh Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get these trolls off because that's some crazy stuff.
Hey, I don't doubt them.
Okay. I got it. I know how to get it out now. I see it. There's a way to ban it and delete. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's just crazy. Anyway, if he had coaches around him that he wasn't so loyal to be able to do things, plus there needs to be some kind of agreement with the office that, hey, you got to be able to give me the right balance of a team on the field. I see that they went after Valdez Scantling, right? I saw him out there, right? So at least you had a decent receiver opposite Metcalf, and Metcalf has his damn best game as a Steeler.
Exactly. And Thielen was out there as well. So
right. But you have receivers opposite him. And what happens?
If you have other capable threats out there, it opens up the whole field because you got to pay attention to everybody else. You
Doesn't
don't
that
need to
make you
make $1
wonder if
million
they
to know this.
plan? But we've been saying that since
Exactly.
the season started. If they
Exactly.
had started the season that way, I don't think they would have lost 6 games.
No, because they wouldn't have gone through 6 games of Metcalf being doubled.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers actually having somebody to throw to and have one of his better passing games. Hell,
Yeah.
he even felt so good he decided to run for one.
Sure did.
Damn.
Discount double checked it too.
Yeah. I'm watching him extend plays. He running around, dipping in the pocket and stuff. I'm like, who is this mofo?
Yeah.
I was like, wow. I'm watching this dude like, damn, did he get
Yeah.
with one of the sisters or something?
It's 2010 all over again.
Did Deshaun, hook him up with a massage?
No. That's Cleveland. That's Cleveland. We don't do that in Pittsburgh, bro. We don't do that in Pittsburgh.
Man. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, they were looking good. Your number 5 seed right now are the Buffalo Bills, as crazy as that is to say. Number 6, again, like I said, is your Los Angeles Chargers. And then rounding that out are the Houston Texans, who that defense is not to be played with. As Patrick Mahomes throwing 3 picks last night. A couple of them wasn't his fault, though, because like the one Kelsey had that he batted up in the air. They came down with that, but it goes against the quarterback regardless.
Ask Rashee Rice, too, who's missing a shoulder. Woo, he got blew up, man.
He got blew up. So yeah, all of those teams. The Chargers have 8 wins. Houston has 8 wins. I don't think Houston's had a bye yet because they're 8-5. So they're 13. Well, yeah, the Colts are 8-5 as well. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. So they're both at 13, but the Bills are at 13. The Chargers would be at 13 tonight. Okay. I'm off one, but if the Chargers lose that game, then it's going to be a 3-way tie in the wild card. And right on their heels, the Colts are still in it at number 8. They're also 8-5. So that could get interesting as well. Ravens right on the outside looking in at 6-7. My opinion, though, if they don't win the division, they ain't getting in.
There's too many other teams out there.
Well, because they got too many losses. They got 7 losses. So the best they can do is win out at 10. So the only way the Steelers can keep the Ravens out is the Steelers are at 7-6. They would have to at least win. What, they got 4 games left? They got to win 3 of the last 4, and that would include beating Baltimore again, so that they win the tiebreaker. But if they go 10-7, and Baltimore ends up 10-7, then it's going to be some other calculations in that.
They could go 2-2 as long as one of those victories is Baltimore, right? So if they beat Baltimore, beat anybody else, that's going to give them the division.
Well, they'd be at 9-8 though. But Baltimore, if Baltimore won out, well, I see what you're saying. Baltimore couldn't win out because if they lost one more to Pittsburgh, then they could. I got you. Yep. You're right. Absolutely, that's exactly right. Yeah, if they both end up 9-8, then what's going to happen is, and they beat Baltimore again, then they would win the tiebreaker that way too. Yep.
Correct.
Or win out and you good.
That ain't gonna happen, but
control your own destiny, damn it. Stop asking for help.
I wish, man. I wish.
And then, like you brought up, the Kansas City Chiefs also at 6-7, definitely rooting for the Eagles tonight. A double-digit win team will be out of the playoffs. Robbie, I said that at the beginning of the year. I said there's a 10-win team that ain't gonna make it. That's probably gonna happen.
Mr. Jenkins, what's happening, man?
Yes, sir. Hope you're doing well. What's up? Oh, and Randall, Wes said, Randall, try being a Washington fan. You're talking about the Steelers. Yeah, Washington's in a place right now. I still say they peaked too early last year, and it developed and it put a lot of expectations on that team. And then they go into the off season with the McLaren issue. Um, then Jaden Daniels starts having the injury bug. Then start getting injuries all over the place in your running back room and stuff like that, and it just tailspin and everything else. So they just had a bad season. Now everybody gets healthy in the off season. Washington can come back and be a pretty good team. I think. I think your coach is right. I think the philosophy is right. Um, but this team, in my opinion, just overperformed last year and created some unsustainable expectations. Not that they wouldn't be competitive, and yesterday they truly were not against the Minnesota Vikings. But it's just been that kind of season for them. I'm good. Still dealing with my issues. Okay, Robbie. Hope them issues work out for you. So yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs are number 10 right now, Rand. They would win the tiebreaker over Miami based on percentage of conference games. They need more than that right now because they've already lost 7 games. And I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. News alert. This just in. Kansas City Chiefs will not make the playoffs this year after I predicted they would go back. So it's just, you know what? They need too much. Now, there were some questionable things like Andy Reid going for it on 4th down on their side of the field when their defense had been playing pretty good against the Houston offense, wreaked so much of desperation when he didn't need to.
That was really dumb.
He normally doesn't do dumb calls like that, but that was crazy. Then he had to burn another timeout later in the game that I bet he wish he could have had back later after that pick got thrown. And Houston ended up with the ball because then you couldn't stop the clock once they got that first down towards the end of the game to go ahead and steal it.
In a tight game like that, when both of your defenses are playing lights out, you choose to go for it on 4th and 1 on your own 30. When your offensive line is missing 4 starters, by the way, both of your tackles are out, and you're going against that defense. It's crazy.
Yeah,
should have punted that ball away, man.
I think he overthought that situation, got way too cute with it, and it backfired. It did exactly what it was going to do. Well, tonight not tonight, but on the NFC side, your number 1 seed, my man Brad somewhere is probably just grinning, are the 10-3 Los Angeles Rams, who made sure that the Arizona Cardinals knew who Puka Nacua was.
Oh yeah, and them Rams had that bounce back as I thought they would.
I knew whoever they had to play next after the Panthers was going to catch all that hell,
and they received all of it. Double hockey sticks of it.
I think Puka had over 170 something yards in that game.
Yeah, went straight off.
Oh my God, he lost his mind. So is Stafford. For Stafford to be, and we'll look at those stats, but for Stafford to be 37 years old and he had back issues at the beginning of the season, you cannot tell. Stafford is just playing his ass off right now.
Man, don't fall for that anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, for the last 2 seasons.
I don't know.
We don't know about his elbow. We don't know about his back.
Saying, you know what? I don't want to be out there for them 2 days. I ain't trying to be out there for this. I ain't trying to be out there for that. Y'all call me about 2 weeks before the season. I'll be ready.
Yeah. The Rams are so concerned. Oh, he's got a back issue. He's got a shoulder issue. He's got an elbow issue. Man, stop it. He's gonna be fine.
We're gonna have to bring in the backup. I don't think it's Easton Stick anymore, but I don't know who his backup is. But they sitting there talking about, man, you better make sure you got a good backup because he take one hit, man, he might be done.
Okay. 3 years later.
Your number two seed would be the Green Bay Packers, who had a win against divisional rival Chicago Bears yesterday, Rand.
Yeah, it was a bad error in that game too.
It was. It really was. At the end, interception ends that game But I mean, that was an entertaining game. I
Yeah,
ain't gonna.
I've just never understood on 4th down and 1 why teams choose to, like, go long or go for, what's
You're thinking they're
more than
gonna
once
catch
a
somebody
year.
sleeping off guard.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
Thinking everybody's anticipating either a run or a run like play where even if it's a pass, it's one of those screen bubble passes, something like that, where all you need is an edge or something like that, which you do. Bring in a jumbo set, have tight ends on both sides to shut off your corners, your edge, seal your edge, so to speak, so that if you do run any kind of slant, by the time they get you and you fall forward, there's your yard right there.
yeah, I mean, you need 1 yard. You have a running quarterback. You have 2
Or if you got
good
a running
capable
quarterback
running
that
backs.
knows how to get under the center, sneak the damn
Yeah,
ball.
yeah, it's crazy,
Man,
man.
they get too cute because they want to be the coach that turned a 4th and 1 to kind of like what Bryce Young did last week with Tetarola, where he sat there
Yeah,
and lobbed that ball in the air and it just fell right into the basket. And he went
yeah,
on.
difference is, I mean, and that was a hell of a gamble too, but, I mean, difference is Tet had his man beat.
Yeah,
Um, so
exactly. Exactly. But they all think that, okay, we can do that because we're going to sit there and line up. We're going to get single coverage because they're going to commit 8 in the box. So now we got single coverage. And all I need my receiver to do is just get one step on that dude. And I'm going to drop it right there in that phone.
yeah,
Sound good?
sounds good. He dropped it right in the hands of
Draw
the
it up
other
in the dirt.
team.
You draw it up in the dirt. You'll get it every time, you know. The current number 3 seed, which used to be a number 1 seed, are the Philadelphia Eagles at 8-4. Um, and man, yeah, they really need this game tonight for a whole lot of reasons. Um, Confidence, momentum.
Confidence and momentum, yes.
They gotta have it. The coaches have to be tired of going in every single press conference and having to explain what happened. Um, uh, so they got to write this, and here's the crazy thing: AJ Brown, last game they didn't win, but he got more targets, had more yardage, and stuff like that. And I don't think that AJ's point was, "I need more yards and lose." What he was saying was, whether it's me, whether it's Devontae, whether it's Saquon, you gotta do a better job of using your assets around you. Um,
Exactly.
and that's his point. In games where the run will win the game, F it, run. But in
Yeah,
games where they're stopping the run, we can't get anything off the run. You then have to be able to use Goddard, uh, AJ
yeah,
Brown, Devontae Smith, without there being any kind of drop off. You need a quarterback that's going to be able to say, okay, this game I'm gonna rely on my defense. This game I'm gonna rely on my running game. This game, it's gonna be on my shoulders. I'm gonna have to get it out to my dogs out there and give them a
yeah. I
chance
mean, some people took his comments as selfish. I didn't find it to be
at
selfish
all.
comments at all. I thought he was saying involve him in the game. He is their best receiver. Everybody knows that. So why are you gonna not use your best weapon on the field?
You
I
paying a
mean,
man
come on.
$30 million a year, and in
Yeah,
one game, I remember he had one damn target.
yeah.
Now you can't justify that
No, you cannot.
at all. Because why did you pay him 30 something $1 million and he was going to be targeted one time?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
But then Sirianni going to sit there and look at people straight face and say, "Oh no, it's not my play caller."
Yeah.
Sirianni, be serious. You better win this game, or I'm going to donate some eggs for tomorrow for Petula. Um, you know, your number 4 team right now are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. However,
However,
there is a team in Charlotte, North Carolina that even though they had a bye yesterday,
they won.
they won.
Man,
You
did
know,
they ever.
they went from second place to first place and didn't even hit the field.
I looked at that game in the fourth quarter, the game that you were about to mention, the Saints versus the Bucks, and I could not believe it was, the score was
Yeah,
what it was.
yeah, yeah. Now Now they did have Bucky Irving back. They did have Chris Godwin back. They did have Emeka in there too. Evans is close to coming back. They got some other players that were missing from that game too. But the Saints just did a really, really good job. Tyler Shook sat there, didn't throw the ball exceptionally well, but did a whole lot with his legs. Ran for some touchdowns. They could not contain, and that's how he got loose and stuff like that too. So they did what they needed to do, and hopefully Canales and his staff will see what it was that the Saints did well against the Bucks and make sure that they do it, because now when you look at the Carolina Panthers sitting at number 9, literally on the outside looking in at 7-6, you got 4 games to go, and 2 of them are against the Bucks. I believe one is against the Saints and the other one is against the Falcons, if I believe.
Not the Falcons. They've played the Falcons twice already.
Okay. So
but,
Saints, Bucks, and somebody.
I don't know the other one, but to your point, they must beat the Saints. But the good news is a hurt Baker Mayfield has not been the same for weeks now.
Oh, Seattle,
right.
New Orleans, Tampa, Seattle, then Tampa.
Yeah. So a hurt Baker Mayfield has not been looking the same. Tampa has not looked the same ever since he's tried to play through this injury. So can Carolina beat Tampa 1 or 2 times? Why not?
Yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna get too far in, but look, they've already won 7 games, so they 2 more over than what I predicted.
Yeah.
If they win 9, Rand, they got a good chance. If they go 9-8,
they got an excellent chance, because 9-8 is gonna mean they beat Tampa once, right? In my mind, because I don't see them beating Seattle. They do have to beat.
They got to beat New Orleans.
They got to do that. So
if they beat New Orleans and Tampa, that's your 9 right there. So if they split with Tampa, that's going to come into question. Then that means that they could both end at 9-8. Tampa right now has a tiebreaker based on win percentage in common games.
Yeah.
But if they beat the Saints, that could change that.
Yeah.
Since they lost to the Saints.
That first tiebreaker at that point is going to be division record, and who knows? We can't even figure all that out right now. But the thing is, if they beat the Saints, which they should,
that's crazy, because they're both right now. They're both 2-1 in the division.
Right, it's gonna be crazy, man. So if they beat the Saints coming off the bye,
it might be rock paper scissors by the time they figure out them tiebreakers.
It'll be fun though, because it's not expected.
Exactly.
They beat the Saints, which they have to, coming off a bye. That'll make the Panthers record 8-6. And then you have that showdown with Tampa. So yeah, man, it's really gonna be interesting for the Cats. And I didn't see it coming. Hardly anybody saw it coming. So,
but I mean, if a current two win team can go to Tampa and end up beating them, why can't a 7-win team do it?
Exactly. One with a more capable running attack and a better defense.
Oh God, yes, absolutely. So yeah, will be good to see that. Number 5 team right now, which is crazy. The number 5 seed in the NFC has already won 10 games. Can't say that about the AFC. In the AFC, the number 5 team has won 9. The number 5 team on the NFC side is Seattle, and they've already won 10 games. Yeah. Robbie says we didn't think the Panthers would beat. Yeah, that's true. Well, that's why they're in this position, because not only you can say Green Bay and the Rams, but go ahead and throw Dallas in there too. That's 3 wins right there that we didn't count.
Man, I would have bet my house that the Rams was going to spank the Panthers. I
thought they were going to hang 50 on them. I thought the score was going to have 200 yards. Devontae was going to hit his head on the goal post a couple of times. I thought Kyron Williams was going to run all over them the way they can't stop the runs a lot of times.
Yeah.
I thought between Kyron Williams and Blake Corum, they were going to kill them.
I thought fans would be going home at halftime.
Stafford was going to throw for about 475. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I saw all of that before.
Yep.
So yeah, Seattle comes to Charlotte. That is true. We'll see how they travel. Now, Sam Darnold don't look as
Bingo.
good as he been looking at the beginning of the year. And for the second consecutive year, it seems the later it gets in the season, whatever gave him I don't know if it was Wheaties or whatever he did at the beginning of the season, or if it's just the course of the season, he just started taking too many hits and things like that, or what, but he starts to fade back.
He
And
sees
he's starting to
more.
do that again. If
He
that
sees more and more
defense
ghosts as the season goes along.
Carolina, that defense, at least that uh those DBs in them corners, they ain't bad. Mike
No,
Jackson is not terrible.
Mike Jackson's a good cornerback, man.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. I mean,
Hey,
people are picking on him for being picked on because J.C. Horn has just been so good, but
yeah.
Jackson's also a good cornerback.
Man, you have him and Horn back there, and Sam start putting that ball in the air crazy. I can see Horn getting a couple picks.
Yeah.
So
like you said, it's like the later it gets in the year for Sam Darnold, he starts to see them ghosts again.
yeah,
So
he start
turnovers
fading
make
back
it
and stuff.
such a big
And
difference.
I don't know if him playing, and I say the same thing about Baker, them playing their former team. Baker definitely had a bad taste in his mouth, especially about Steve Wilkes. For some reason, he blamed Wilkes for getting rid of him because when he saw him in New York against the Jets, he brought that up. That was the guy that got rid of me. Steve Wilkes didn't get rid of you. Steve Wilkes was an interim coach. He ain't had nothing
Right.
to do with you getting let go from Carolina. That was from the office. Steve Wilkes ain't had no roster power like that.
No.
Please. But
That
Baker
man
had,
was doing
Baker
what he
got
was
to have a
supposed
chip on
to.
his damn shoulder and was trying to put it on Steve Wilkes. Now Sam Darnold, I don't know if he got a chip on his shoulder either, but I'm pretty sure he gonna feel like anytime somebody lets you go or doesn't try to keep you, you feel like you need to be able to vindicate something. And that does put a certain element into that game. He'll never admit it. He won't say it. They know good enough not to bring that up. But there's no way anybody's gonna tell me that Sam Darnold doesn't sit there and want to be able to prove to Carolina that y'all did wrong by letting me go.
Yeah, he just ain't got the personality to say it publicly.
Right. He ain't gonna do that's not him.
No.
He's gonna hope that his performance on the field will say so. We're hoping that at the end of that game, we'll be able to say, see, that's why we got rid of your ass. Now take
Exactly.
it back on to Seattle. See you in the playoffs, bro. Ice up, as Steve Smith would say. So that'll be interesting to see. Your number 6 seed is going to be the San Francisco 49ers. They currently have a tiebreak over Chicago based on win percentage in conference games. And then you've got Chicago Bears rounding out number 7. Robbie, New Orleans will be very key to end the season.
Well, not end the season. We got them next.
Yeah. Well, they need to definitely win that game to continue on having a season worth having. And Robbie, I want to be able to see again Bryce Young string along success. I don't want success to be like a bottle of soda where if you shake it up real good, you get an explosion. But what happens after you shake it up and get the explosion? It fizzes off real quick, and then nothing else happens. We don't want that. We want to see consistency. We want to be able to see somebody string along wins. And now at this time of the year where the games actually matter, we want to be able to see him build off of that. Use that big receiver that you got in that rookie that likes to catch them balls across the middle and actually catches balls with his hands and don't have to snag it into his body to secure the catch. And start stepping up, continue to step up in the pocket to open up your passing lanes and stuff like that. And when you don't have anybody to pass to and you got 5 yards of green in front of you, run and slide.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with him. Lack of consistency, and he's got to start having that.
Yeah.
If he wants this big money contract that I'm sure he's,
Mhm,
already talking about with his agent, gonna have
mhm,
to show some daggone consistency, man, or else it's a buyer beware.
mhm.
See Trevor Lawrence. Uh, look no further than that. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Where they definitely put the money before the production and
yep.
gave him extension. Now again, Bryce Young, year 3, he has a 4-year contract with a 5th-year option that all first rounders get. Um, this would be the going into the off season where they would go ahead and extend. Some teams are now doing it after 2 years, just so that they can get a more team friendly deal. They didn't do that, but if they end up making the playoffs, there's going to be a hard case to not go ahead and give him an extension.
I think they're definitely gonna give him the 5 years. They're already talking about that. But
Yeah, well, yeah,
anything beyond that, I'm gonna have a
yeah.
problem with.
Well, that's true because you can go ahead and pick up the 5th year without putting extra money on it. It's just a matter of saying, okay, we won't let you go into next year playing just that year and there's nothing left. We'll at least go ahead and pick up that 5th year because a lot of that can just be uh trans when you get past the 4th year, you can say, you know what, we're gonna convert a lot of that to a signing bonus so it doesn't hit the cap and all that kind of stuff is hard. And then if you end up cutting him or whatever, or you bring in somebody else and you end up benching him, it's not like you got a 40-50 million dollar quarterback sitting on the bench and everything else because you converted a lot of that signing bonus.
Yeah, I think we all know that this is Andy Dalton's last few games as a Carolina Panther.
Oh,
So they
definitely.
got to be very strategic as to who they bring in for the backup next year. It's got to be somebody in my mind that's young enough to compete with Bryce Young
Mac
and that has some
Jones.
experience to compete with him. What was that?
Mac Jones.
Oh, hell yes. Please. Please.
Hey,
Yes.
hey,
Begging for it.
he
Begging
surely
for
got it. He surely got it. Um, I got one for the Steelers for you, and
it.
and it was funny because I said, you know what, this team would never do that, but they have. They sat there and sent Joe Flacco to the Bengals. Why wouldn't they send Shador Sanders to the Pittsburgh Steelers?
And they'd be really stupid for that, the way he's playing now. I mean, that dude has outperformed every quarterback that's been in Cleveland. Ain't that crazy though?
Right.
All the trouble they gave
But
him.
they expect him to be back next year.
Oh yeah, all that trouble that they
According to
gave
reports.
him,
According to
and
reports,
all
they're
that
not gonna
lack
let
of
they're not gonna let him go.
confidence.
They
Yeah,
still ain't
all
let
that
him
lack
go.
of confidence, and he's outplayed every single quarterback that's been ahead of him.
Jesus Christ.
They might have a better record had they started him, straight off that.
And people are gonna start, whispering that, hey, what if?
Mhm.
What
What if?
because we've seen what happens when you let him have first team reps. We've seen what happens when you involve him in the offense from day one and stuff like that. And he starts working with his teammates. This dude is throwing. You see some of these long ass passes he was throwing.
Nice, man.
I mean, what he does not have in athleticism as far as just running and all that kind of stuff. Dude is a pretty accurate thrower.
Man, I knew that coming out of school. I
Long
mean,
ball.
it's the thing is, and the Browns' best receiver is Jerry Judy. Who
Yeah.
else they got? I mean,
Right, right. He putting some names on these dudes.
yeah,
That you would have been like, who? Who? But yeah, exactly that point. Because what was the issue with Deshaun Watson? 3 yard, 4 yard passes, couldn't push the ball down the field. Just looked like Justin Fields out there, not being able to push the ball down the field. Shador does not have an issue pushing that ball down the field
nah, man,
at
he looked
all.
really good. So I'm,
Send him to the Steelers because between Metcalf and MVS and Fryer move, and then John New and then Calvin, they would love that. You got to have somebody behind. Even if Aaron Rodgers says, you know what, I'm gonna run it back, which would be insane.
no, get your ass out of Pittsburgh. Thank you.
Yeah,
You're not
we
coming back.
appreciate it.
No.
But we got Shador now. We good.
Yeah. The Browns have browned over the years, but that would be the brownest brown that I've ever
Like I
seen in my
said,
entire
they gave
life
up
if they
Flacco,
did
but
that.
but you know what? They're not really showing an interest in the guy. So
Yeah.
so here's what I'm thinking. They want him to play good enough to have trade capital. Now, the Browns, who have several picks in next year's draft, don't necessarily need a first round pick for him because you ain't getting no first round pick for somebody that fell to the fifth round. But could you get a third and what? Can you get a third and maybe a fifth or a third and a sixth for him? Maybe,
I don't know, man. We'll have
maybe.
to see how this plays out as far as like the fans. I mean, we'll have to see how it plays out as far as the season. If this dude averages like 200 some yards, 250 yards, more touchdowns than interceptions, um,
Yeah.
and they end up trading this dude, I think Cleveland's gonna revolt.
Yeah, that too. I mean that all of that is true, but that would just be a great um that would be a great thing to see because I think that Pittsburgh would embrace him. I think the players would embrace him. I think the coaches would embrace him. Um, he would give them that dynamic that they need. He would help the run game and the pass game. So I just hate to see a player get wasted where he is because obviously that team has no interest in him that way. So. Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. Speaking of damn shames, your number 10 seed would be those Dallas Cowboys, who at 6-6-1, again, that tie is going to come back to bite them in the ass. Hadn't hurt the Packers yet, but that is definitely going to hurt the Cowboys.
Oh yeah. They're one loss from being done.
Yeah, they're really done, but
They
they
really are
kind of
done.
not done. Yeah, because they would have to win out because, again, this is another team. They only got 4 games left. They win 10 games, they go 10-6-1. Uh, I mean, you would have to have San Francisco lose every game, Chicago lose damn near every game. Like, well, I mean, because if they even win one more game, if San Francisco, Chicago, and Detroit win one more game, Cowboys don't have a shot because they wouldn't be able to win more than 9 games. They only got 3 more games left. The most they could win is 9. They would have to go 9-6-1. Well,
Speaking of 9,
mhm.
um, last I heard they had a 9% chance of making the playoffs. So yeah.
Yeah, that should be a -9 at this point because the probability of them winning out and San Francisco and Chicago not winning at least one more game um, is unheard of because number 5 is Seattle. They've already won 10, so they can't catch Seattle. The only ones they could catch would be San Francisco. Now, the only other scenario is this: the Eagles just sit there and lose the rest of their games. That's it. Then they could win the division. That's it.
Yeah.
But if the Eagles win 2 more games, it's over. Because then the Eagles would be at 10. The magic number is 10. If the Eagles win 10 games, you got the division. You got 2 more games. So the Eagles have counting tonight, uh what are they? 8-4. So they've got 12. So they got 5 more games counting tonight. All you got to win is 2 out of the next 5, and you win your division.
Yeah.
That's it.
They're gonna do
Magic
that.
number is 10.
They're gonna do that.
Yeah, because if they don't, Sirianni, Petula, all y'all, eggs ain't gonna be the worst that you gonna get.
Yeah. And once they do that, I mean, they're probably not even probably, they're going to be the only team out of the East. Ain't nobody else coming out of there.
Now, I will say this, and I said this on our, my job during the day. I work with people all over the country, and I have some people in Dallas, and I was sitting there joking, but not joking because she started laughing. I said, I don't understand y'all. Every time y'all lose, which you know you're gonna lose, the next day, the stock of Walmart goes up because y'all have to replace the TVs that you destroyed the day before. Why do y'all take it out on the TVs? They didn't lose.
Yeah.
Walmart wins because now y'all got to go to Walmart or you got to go to the pawn shop. Get you another day.
Pawn shop, more likely.
Cowboy fans, yeah, they probably got to go to the pawn shop.
Yeah, Dallas fans ain't got no credit.
Oh, God. I love it. But yeah, they do. I don't know why they destroy the damn TVs, Rand. They crack them in half and everything, punch holes in them.
I don't know why they're so surprised.
It's been happening for 30 years.
I'm
If
saying.
the same thing happened for 30 years, at what year does like the shock and the surprise fade away?
Exactly, man.
I mean, how many decades does it take? Shit. Yeah, at that point, you like Charlie Brown and Lucy with football, man. Like, damn, didn't you know she was gonna snatch it again?
Don't you know by now, bro?
Oh my God. You know what's gonna happen. Robbie says Dallas's next 4: Vikings, Chargers, Washington Giants. Okay, so the Vikings played a pretty good game. I kind of see Dallas beating the Vikings, though. I kind of see Dallas getting after JJ McCarthy a little too much. Jefferson has been just totally out of the offense because McCarthy and him aren't on the same page. Chargers would be a harder game. Washington, I could see them rolling Washington. But the problem is that last game against the Giants, they're going to lose that game.
New York playing spoiler? Hell yeah.
Exactly. For that reason alone.
Hell yeah.
Even if the Giants at that point was 0 and MF in 16, that's the game they going to win.
Yep.
But the problem is the way the Giants have been playing this year so competitively. Yeah, they're going to show Dallas what they got to look forward to in 2026. And we're going to start it in 2025.
Dude, I was just about to say that. New York Giants is one of them teams that's on the come up. They're on the cusp right now. They got the defensive line. They've had some injuries. They damn sure got their quarterback.
Yep.
And they got their running back. And they got a wide receiver.
They got one running back in Tracy. But wait till my man Scatterboo come back on your ass.
Scatterboo comes back.
Wait till Malik Neighbors comes back next year.
Neighbors comes back. You're going to add a draft class to that? The Giants are going to be back, man.
And then Brian Burns and found a new fire too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey. Robbie said, "Yep, Giants spoiler for sure." So, like I said, Dallas would have to pretty much win out, and they ain't gonna win out because there's no way I see them beating all 4 of those teams. I see 2. I see them going 2-2. If they go 2-2, that's only gonna give them 8 wins. Well, the Eagles got 8 wins right now.
Not enough, no.
And the Eagles are, the Eagles are 2-2 in the division. The Cowboys are 3-1 in the division. But the Eagles have a better conference record at 7-3, and the Cowboys are 3-5-1. So if they get past the division tiebreaker, the Eagles got them with conference.
They're not even going to tie the Eagles. I mean, they're just not, man.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah, it's over. So, you do the math. It's over. You can see it's over. So they're not fighting. The Vikings are at 11 at 5-8. They're done. The Falcons are done. Actually, the Falcons have been eliminated. The Falcons, Cardinals, Saints, Commanders, and Giants all have been eliminated on this end. And eliminated on the AFC side are the Jets, Browns, Raiders, and of course the Titans were eliminated in preseason, but as well.
Yeah, it's confusing to me, the national pundits and their pick of the Arizona Cardinals. I saw so many of them saying the Cardinals were going to outright win the West or even come in second. And even when I was back in the preseason, I was like, how? Yeah. What are y'all looking at? What are y'all confused about?
I said they always hold up number 4 in the division, and that's where they're going to stay.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this, Rand. What do you think? Kyler Murray, he done. He ain't coming back.
Gone, man. He's gone.
Yeah. I agree.
They've been very impressed by Brissett and his
Hmm.
ability to find receivers downfield, which Murray
Marvin,
has struggled.
him and Marvin Harrison Jr. have had a better connection than Kyler Murray ever did.
They sure have.
And then you got some of them running backs doing some pretty good things. Him finding Trey McBride has been a good sign too. So yeah, I think they're going to move away from Kyler Murray. I'm trying to think though, what team next year is going to give a 4'9" quarterback an opportunity to start?
Be somebody like the Raiders, giving a 1-year deal. They're known for that.
Can you think of anybody else though that would be that desperate though right now?
No, I can't think of not one other team. I really can't. Just doing some math right now.
I don't see it.
Maybe,
Who does he go to?
yeah, right. It's like maybe Miami if they lose Tua, but I doubt it.
Robbie said the same thing.
Yeah, Raiders. Yeah, yep.
That's crazy. You know what? For everything that Geno isn't, he's taller than
Right.
uh-uh. I mean, the running back with Genty would tower over him.
Yeah.
When he get ready to hand it off, he'd have to hand up.
Hand up the Genty, you in trouble.
Or just hold the ball over his head and let Genty just run over him.
Yeah, you looking up at Genty, you are short for real.
Oh my God. No. No. We need to put this Lord of the Rings thing to bed, man. You can't have no Hobbit back there like that. That's just crazy. I'm sorry. I'm really trying to figure out though. Yeah, I think they're gonna move on from him, but where the hell would he go? Even as a backup, where would he go?
Yeah, man. I mean, he might be punching his ticket as a backup for real. I mean,
Yeah.
he's one that has not shown the knack to work hard, to study hard, and now he's got injury history. It's like, who's gonna lay money for a starting
Well,
quarterback like
and you
that?
remember the flack that they caught for trying to put that in his contract that
Exactly.
he had to watch film and stuff like that.
The whole NFL knows about that. So you gonna put money out for that?
Nah, that's a hard sell. That is a hard sell. But
Yeah.
that's where you are right now. Some couple other little notes, Rand. Offensive leaders right now in passing. You got Dak Prescott leading the league in yards at 3,600, followed by Drake May. Mahomes is still third, but Stafford is fourth with 3,300 yards passing. Slightly 20 yards ahead of Jared Goff. That is your top 5 in passing yards, which is absolutely crazy. Again, defensive leaders. Number 3 is Bobby Wagner with 131 tackles. I always bring up Bobby Wagner just because his old ass is still producing at a high level. But then you look at your sacks leaders, and you got Myles Garrett. Myles has 20.
Monster.
He has 20, y'all.
Monster.
The closest one to him is Brian Burns, 13. Damn. That's crazy. Parsons has 12 and a half. Daniil Hunter has 11. Nick Benito at Denver has 12 and a half as well. So that's crazy. Leading rushers, you've got Jonathan Taylor, 1356. Then you've got behind him James Cook, Devon Achane, Bijan Robinson, and then Jahmyr Gibbs. I did not say Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley.
Have some down years, both of them.
Robbie, Bears last 4. Browns, they should win that. San Francisco,
Yeah, those last 3 are problems. Big problems.
Yeah, all 3 of them. I couldn't even get past San Francisco and at San Francisco.
Yeah, big
And
problems.
then Green Bay and then Detroit. That ain't fair. Garrett has set the sack record in the Bears game. Oh yeah, that's true. He good for 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's damn true. So yeah, I agree with you on that one. He damn sure could. So that's gonna be tough sledding for Chicago. That's terrible.
It is.
That's
They had
terrible.
a good year. And their fans are barking right now, but
Y-
yeah,
Yeah, the way you gonna finish. Mm,
right.
mm-mm. Now have they won enough that even if they do say go 2-2, they may not keep the division, but they should be a wild card? Even I think even if they get in as a wild card, that would be pretty impressive for a team that has found every way to lose known to man.
Yeah, I think they can get in as a wild card. It's going to be tough. I think, one comes out of the East, one comes out of the South.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, it's possible. It's
Yeah,
possible.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's the West and the North that's going to carry multiple teams anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's where they're going to get them. You look at your receiving leaders. You've got Smith and Jigma at 1,400, and the closest one to him is Puka Nakua at 1,100. So as much as Puka's been doing, he still isn't where Jackson Smith and Jigba is. But
Monster year.
that's crazy. He already has 1,400 yards.
Monster year. And here's another thing about the national pundits I was reading in the preseason. They actually said that this dude, they were unsure about him being a number one. Yeah.
I heard that too.
Yeah. Look at him.
Absolutely. That's crazy. And
Crazy.
that's why you have to watch how these seasons come out. So rounding out that top 5, you got Nakua, Pickens, Jamar Chase, even after missing the game for spitting. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown at number 5. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely
Yep.
crazy. Interceptions, my last stat, number 3 with 5 interceptions, J.C. Horn
J.C. Horn.
at number 3. Well, he's tied for 2. I'm sorry. Him and Devin Lloyd both have 5. So JC is tied for second in the league with the most picks.
Don't throw at him, Sam.
I'm telling you, because if you do, he may take over the lead in the league.
Yeah. Yep. And get ready to tackle.
So that's what you got with your stats and everything else. I know in the news we talked about Jason Pierre-Paul coming back to the Bucks. Looks like Week 16's Patriot Ravens game has been flexed to Sunday Night Football. Okay,
Nice.
yeah, that's going to be cool. I don't know who they had playing, but that's probably a better fit in that too. So, just some quick news and notes around the league. Any games yesterday, Rand, that caught your eye was really, really good. I like I said, a lot of them were really good games, really competitive and whatnot. But any games in particular got you?
From yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Not really, just Steeler game, once the Ravens got down about the 10-yard line, it was 2 minutes left to go. I just could have sworn they were gonna win. So I couldn't even watch. I'm glad I didn't watch because that Isaiah Likely callback touchdown would have probably been the end of me.
Right, right.
Did you see that play? I thought that play
did.
was crazy, man. I thought it
Mhm,
was a touchdown. But
mhm.
hey, I ain't gonna argue it.
He gets called back on touchdowns a couple of times. Just remember the little foot part of his foot was out, and I was like, man, I know he feels
Yeah,
bad because he don't
that
ever
dude
know
can't
if they
win,
call a
man.
touchdown if he's gonna stick or not. So
But yeah, week 15 is loaded, man. And not necessarily just playoff implications all around, but you got just even matchups, despite the records.
yeah, yeah,
Falcons versus Bucks. That's a huge game for the NFC South and the Carolina Panthers.
man, I'm gonna be
Um,
a Falcons fan next week. Then
and it's not impossible Falcons could win that game.
no, it's not. I
It's
mean,
really not.
between Bijan Rob and see, here's another thing. As much as I like Penix, Kirk Cousins, even Penix though, I will give him credit. was finding Kyle Pitts a lot more. But even though the Falcons lost that game, when you look at Kyle Pitts had a pretty damn good game.
Yeah.
Pitts had uh six catches, 90 yards
Mm-hmm.
from a tight end. He was their
Mm-hmm.
leading receiver. Um, but the key to Atlanta starts with their running game. Going through Bijan Robinson, going through Tyler Algier opens up everything for Mooney, opens up everything for Drake London. Well, London's out. That's hurt them too. Um, so then you've got to have some of your other guys step up and things like that. And they just didn't have it. They did try to lean heavily on their run game. Kirk Cousins only went 15 for 30 for 162 yards, but he had 2 interceptions. And that's what in the because they were actually toe to toe to Seattle. Was it 6-6 at halftime or something like that? And then
Yeah, they
Seattle
stayed
lost
in that
by
game for a
with
long
31
time.
points. Yeah, then
Mm-hmm.
they went 31-3 after that.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I don't think Tampa has that ability, so I think we're looking at a good game there.
same. I don't think Tampa isn't a pull away team. Tampa,
Mm-mm.
if anything, likes to play you to the end and put the ball in Baker's hand with 2.5 minutes left to see if he's gonna pull out the win.
Yeah, since he's been playing injured, I mean, they've just lost all of their explosiveness. So,
Robbie says the biggest shock for him was the Commanders getting shut out. Man, yeah,
that's embarrassing.
that was crazy. Even when Mariota got in there, I thought they could gen up enough offense to at least get a touchdown. But penalties and things like that just kept pulling them back. Then he also said that the Bills Cincy game was a good one. It was. Joe Burrow was just cooking out there.
Yeah.
He was killing them out there. And then the Bills, but I mean, you got to give the Bills credit. People thought they were dead. I thought they were dead. Hell, I went back on FanDuel and started betting against them. I said, ain't no way in hell they're gonna come back from this. And then Josh Allen runs 30-something yards, gives a touchdown. I'm like, oh shit, here they go.
Yep.
Bills on Bills. Then Joe Burrow throws back-to-back interceptions.
Yeah. One of them pick six. That one got him.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. It was like a script. I'm like, oh my gosh. All these people that say these games are fixed, they're gonna point to this game. That's all I kept thinking, Rand. I was like, Lord, here we go.
Typical Cincy, though.
Yeah, but you know what? As good as Burrow played, the defense just let him down. Yes, he threw some bad picks, especially that one where he threw right to the guy. He jumped the throw, and Burrow just didn't even see it. I knew he didn't. You watch the replay. He wasn't paying attention to Scott, but Burrow was 25 for 36, 284, 4 touchdowns, but then he had those 2 picks.
Yeah.
It was a whole lot of snow going on out there too.
Mm-hmm.
A whole lot of snow. Even at halftime, they had gotten a lot of the snow up. It was still crazy out there. So playing in those conditions, being able to throw as well as they did in the snow and stuff like that, that cannot be easy. I thought it was going to be more of a run game because of that, but they were actually putting that ball in the air.
Yeah.
Even Josh Allen was pretty good with it. 22 of 28, 251, 3 touchdowns, no picks, and then he runs in for 1, but he also ran 9 times for 78 yards. One of them was a big chunk play. I think it was about 39 yards, but still, it was a pretty good run on his part too. So that definitely was a good game, Robbie. Totally agree with that. So now that we're looking into this coming week, of course, like I said, we got the Eagles and Chargers tonight. Rand, I'm going with my Eagles because at some point I feel like Saquon is due for a game of 100 yards rushing. I think AJ Brown is going to be due for another 70 yard game, but I really want to see Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith get involved in that offense too if they're going to have a chance to win that game.
Yeah, I got Philly in this one.
And if they can put some pressure on Justin Herbert and make him uncomfortable because his offhand is not good, make him keep looking down at that hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see if he's going to be because he can't pat the ball because he can't, So he's going to have to as soon as he gets that snap, free step, he's going to have to let it go because if he waits any longer than that, there's going to be a rush that's going to sit there and make it uncomfortable for him.
Yeah,
So,
he'll be looking like Aaron Rodgers looked last week.
and if they have to go to Trey Lance because he has to miss a couple of snaps or part of this game, it could get ugly real quick.
Yeah.
So I got them for that. You got your Thursday game, like you said, the Falcons at the Bucks.
Yep. Good game there.
I'm going.
I
I'm,
think
I'm
it'll
going.
be
I'm gonna go ahead and pick that upset. I'm going Falcons. Let's do that dirty bird.
I can't fault you, man. I can't fault you. Tampa is like really having problems offensively. So yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if they implode. Give Carolina a little help. I
Mhm.
appreciate that. You got Ravens at the Bengals. I'm sure you're going to be a Bengals fan on Sunday.
I think they end the Ravens season Sunday.
Woo!
Yep.
Damn. That's true because here's the problem. If the Bengals do to the Ravens what they did to the Bills, I don't see the Ravens having that same comeback in them like the Bills did.
Nope. Not at
No
all.
matter how bad Cincy's defense is.
Nope, not at all, man.
If they get up on them like they did the Bills, and Lamar has to sit there and become Superman throwing the ball,
no, not gonna happen.
it ain't gonna happen. it better be like 9-13 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because if they up 27-13, good night, Irene.
Yeah, it's a done deal.
It's over. You got to hopefully the Eagles win tonight because then they have the Raiders on Sunday in Philly.
Yeah.
That could get ugly real quick too. I think they're gonna beat the hell out the Raiders.
And that is terrible news for Cowboys fans.
Right. Another. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that another nail? Oh,
yes.
Coffin. Okay. Cardinals have to go to Houston to face the red hot Texans. That Texans defense, Robbie says Bengals. All right. The Cardinals have to face that red hot Texans defense. Texans they're gonna hurt them boys.
Yeah.
Boy,
I don't think Arizona scores 14.
Exactly. I think it's gonna be field goals. I don't think they're gonna get a touchdown.
Yeah.
Robbie says Houston as well. Okay. You got the Chargers at the Chiefs. After the Chargers lose tonight and they go to Kansas City, the problem is people had always feared the Chiefs more than anything. Now everybody else are the Sharks, and you're bleeding in the water, and there's no more fear.
Proper analogy.
They're going to put them out of their misery, and they're going to shut it down. The Chiefs, they're done.
End of dynasty game?
Huh?
End of dynasty game?
End of dynasty game. Robert said flip a coin. As bad as the Chargers are, I trust the Chargers run game a little bit better and their defense more too. Don't get me wrong. Chris Jones is that dude, but he need a whole bunch more Chris Joneses out there with him. Now, this is a game that could have got flexed too. Bills and Patriots, 1:00 on Sunday.
Yeah, that's a good matchup, man.
In Foxborough.
And
it's probably gonna be snowing like a
yeah. I'm gonna have to say Bills slightly.
I'm going Patriots.
Patriots.
Now, after what I just saw the Bills do, I believe that they can win that game. But I think Drake May is going to take it personally. They coming into his house. I think my Charlotte boy is going to have a problem with them coming into his house and going to say, because look, yes, your records are better, but until you start beating the Bills, you ain't done shit.
Yeah.
This is your game, Drake. This is your statement game. because what you're basically doing, Brand, symbolically, is you're dethroning them in your house and showing them, don't you come back here no more. You
It's
want
an
them to
easy.
go. You want them to go. What the hell y'all doing here? My
It's
man
a
Chris
change in
says,
every regard.
I think Patriots. All right, that's what's up. Yeah, I'm going with the Patriots. Robbie's giving the edge to the Bills. I feel you. I feel you. The good thing is that I'm probably wrong because I've been wrong all year. Anything that I say, get on FanDuel, bet the opposite, you win $1 million. As long as you, yeah, use Monopoly money. Anyway, you got the Jets and the Jaguars. That should be an easy game for the Jaguars, the way that they've been playing. Hopefully, they don't sit there and play down to their competition. The Jets should not be able to hang with them at all. Their defense should make it uncomfortable for the quarterback. It's not going to be Justin Fields. I don't even know if it's going to be Tyrod Taylor. But whoever it is, it doesn't really matter.
Jaguars easy.
Yep, I agree. You've got the Commanders going to New York to face the Giants. I can see the Giants putting up about 35 in this game.
Yeah, Washington is giving up, man. I think they're just done. They're done.
I think it's over.
Yeah, they're already Christmas shopping.
And I don't know what Jaden Daniels' status is, but I think they should just shut him down for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean, yes, bench that dude for the rest of the year.
And this is how you do it. Put him on IR.
Yeah,
it's a minimum 4 games. Put him on IR. That way he can't hurt himself, and you're saving him. Because if he feels like he can go, he's gonna try to go. Put him on IR and take it off the table. That way you can let Mariota practice with the first team, get all the first team reps, and go in at least with a game plan. If you got a bunch of young dudes that you want to try out, go ahead and get them out there, get them on the field, get them some playing time, play for next year. There's nothing that you're going to accomplish the rest of this year.
Nope. Don't send that man back out there.
You got to play the long game. I would shut down Croskett, Merritt. You already lost Austin Eckler at the beginning of the year. Shut him down. Let Rodriguez handle it. Get it over with.
Shut down Terry McLaurin too.
Shut down Scary Terry too. Ain't no sense of him getting hurt for nothing.
Right.
Preserve your assets is all I will say. Because the later you get hurt in the year means that there's a good chance you won't be ready for the beginning of next season.
Right. Depending on what it is. Chargers just went up on the Eagles 7-0.
Of course. Thank you. The Browns and the Bears, we talked about that before. The Bears should win that game, but I would not be surprised if the Browns beat the Bears.
Yep. I'm going Chicago.
I'm going to go Chicago too, but I won't be surprised if the Browns win that game. But I think if the Browns are in scoring position, Kevin Stefanski will pull Shedeur out and try to run the Wildcat on 4th and 14.
From sideline to sideline.
From sideline to sideline. I mean, is he sabotaging it? He's sabotaging it. Then you got the Panthers going to New Orleans to face the Aints. This is a 4:25 game, so it's going to be one of them Fox games. I think Carolina should win, but it depends on now. The first game they played them, they really let Tyler Shough look like a seasoned veteran out there. He was very comfortable in the pocket. They were not applying a lot of pressure. If Carolina can sit there and get to him with a 4-man rush, triple flea flicker. I know, Robbie. But if they can get to him with 4 and let the back end do what they need to be able to do, keep everything in front of them, be pretty good at stopping the run, and then controlling the game with their run and timely throws by Bryce, they have a good chance of winning that game.
Revenge game, Panthers by 10.
That's what Robbie said. Payback game. Okay. I got you. Here's going to be a good one at 4:25 in L.A. You got the Motown boys coming to the Rams.
Whew, man, that's a good fantasy matchup.
4:25 game. That could have got flexed. Stafford, Goff. Remember, these two teams traded quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yes. And both teams were the winners of this, I believe. Which is crazy. Now that's been years past, but they're still both doing their things for their respective teams. It's in LA. I gotta go Rams.
Gotta go Rams, man. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know what the line on this game is, but I bet you, Chris says the Aints. You going for the Aints, Chris? Or because I said Aints and you laughing? Maybe that's what he's doing. But I bet you the line on this game got to be 3, and they normally give 3 to the home team, so it's got to be. I'm gonna check it at the end. Colts are in Seattle to play the Seahawks. Daniel Jones done for the season. They are going to bring in their rookie that they brought in when he went out. Anthony Richardson is still on IR with that orbital injury, so he's not. A Rams are 5. Ooh, really? Damn.
Man, that's a large line. It's probably. I'm thinking that's going to decrease.
That's got to come down. Yeah. There's no way. We'll keep an eye on that, Robbie. Thank you for pulling that up. But that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think they want to see who's going to bite on that. I wouldn't.
No, I still ain't touching it.
Damn, that's 5.5. No, sir. No, sir. I ain't touching that. But the Colts got to go to Seattle. I think that's going to be a bloodbath. And to me, the Colts, y'all need to shut Jonathan Taylor down too. But anyway, that's just me. Shut him down. It's over. But I don't know. But they got Phillip Rivers coming, so maybe it's not. Maybe Phillip galvanizes the team. They win one for the Gipper. You know, he stands up there like Patton, gives them a good speech.
Seattle
throws that sidearm pass a couple of times.
Seattle.
Oh gosh. Yeah, they do. Robbie, you're right about the Rams facing Gibbs, but sometimes they overuse Gibbs. And I know they've had to do that too because Sam Laporta has been out. But they've used Gibbs gets a lot of all-purpose yards because he's not only running the ball, but he's getting a lot of receptions. But it's not just Gibbs; it's also David Montgomery. Montgomery does a lot of that dirty work. Gibbs is the guy that'll sit there and break it open, but Montgomery can break it open too. So they do have a dual monster there. And I'm not discounting what Jameson Williams does or Amon-Ra St. Brown, which is one of my favorite receivers, period. No matter what team. Man, always open. So I got much respect for them totally in that game. I'm worried about that Rams defense getting in Jared Goff's face and not giving them time to see all of them down the field. And they also got to stop Kyron Williams and Blake Corum. They got to stop Puka Nacua. They got to stop Devontae Adams. So they got some matchup issues too. But I agree with you on that. You got the Packers going to the Broncos. Man, the Broncos, they win, but they don't always win sexy, and you don't never know. Normally, the first and second quarter Bo Nix ain't the third and fourth quarter Bo Nix. but then the same thing can be said about Jordan Love. So sometimes you get a better quarterback in the second half. So we'll see. I'm gonna edge it out to the Broncos only because they're at home.
I think I'm going Pack.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, the Broncos don't look good, even though their record looks good. Some of them games, they've just gotten some really good ball bounces. Green Bay, 2.5 faves, Robbie says. I can see that. I would take that. I take that money. So y'all go the other way on that. Anyway, 49ers will host the Titans. Y'all won the game that you had to win. You ain't winning this one. 49ers all the way.
Again, bad news for the Cowboys fans.
Yep. Now, here's the thing. Cowboys play, and I don't know why this game is still a Sunday night football game. You got the Cowboys and the Vikings on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, man. So
They
nobody
got
wants to see that
they
crap.
got to flex this.
Yeah,
They got no,
Dallas easy.
they got to flex this. Well, didn't I just read that it was flexed? Maybe it's been flexed already. You got to get rid of that crap. I'm gonna give Cowboys. They're Jerry World. They playing the Vikings. Okay, I'll give them that one. I'm gonna give it to Dallas. And then your Monday Night Football game ran is them Dolphins coming to the Steel City.
I know who better win.
I know that's right. I'm
Yeah.
going Steelers. I'm going Steelers all the way too on that one. If they play like they're capable of playing, and don't play down to the competition, it shouldn't even be. It should just be academic. Do what you've been doing. Utilize your 3 receiver sets now that you got. Robbie says, really? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, against the Vikings. Yeah, you're right. Unfortunately, Cal bitches should win that game. But after that, them fans will believe because they won that game. They still got a chance. I love that part. They're gonna wake up that Monday morning with their chest out, thinking they done something.
Yep.
I love it too.
It's almost disappointing that they don't get to go down in January, because then we miss out on all that good Stephen A. Smith content.
Yeah, that and my Facebook, man, my Facebook has been so peaceful this year. Oh, them mother effers would just go crazy every year. Every time they win a game, it'd be like September, October. They having ticker tape parades outside. I'm like, well, y'all ain't won a damn thing. Steelers win close. Well, the only way that Miami gives them a hard time is if Devon Achane is running all over the place. They can't
That's
stop
what
the
I
run.
was just thinking. Yep.
And if they cannot put enough pressure on Tua, and he's finding Warren and some of those other guys out in the flat.
Yeah,
that's about it. That would keep it close. Where you basically are going to have to trade touchdown for touchdown and take it to the fourth quarter.
Yep, we have had some issues with stopping the run.
And Achane has been doing his thing this year.
He has,
even on a bad team. So focus on Achane. I would dare Tua to beat you with his arm.
Yeah,
that's what I would do. Because as much as he can sometimes be an effective thrower, sometimes he's a really effective thrower to the other team.
He sure is. Hope he's feeling generous next Monday.
He has a lot of Jameis in him. He giveth and he taketh away. Look for that. Well, y'all, we're gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna go sit there and pull the rest of my hair out if the Eagles don't get right in this game.
Just kicked a field goal. 7-3 now.
Anyway, if I ain't on the show next week, it's because I've traveled to Philly to go find Kevin Petula and throw some eggs at his house.
Yeah.
Just letting y'all know where I'll be. Not so much I'll be there. I'm gonna need y'all to come to the pokey and come get a brother out or put some money on my books.
Yeah. And the week after that, you're gonna need to put that money on my pokey, because if we lose to the Dolphins at home, I will be needing some bail money.
Hey, one programming note while we out of here, man. I don't know if y'all know this, but this is the hardest working man out there in one. Randall Hargrove has 18 bands that he plays for. And man, what I would give just to hear y'all do Fracture. Anyway, that's my favorite song. Anyway.
Oh man, I appreciate that, dog, for real.
oh man, I love Fracture. Oh gosh, yes. But Rand is going to be performing. Look at this. I know he know I had this teed up.
Look at you.
January 17, 2026. Let Love Rule is a tribute band to Lenny Kravitz. They're going to be out at the Visual Light Theater.
Yes.
It's Elizabeth Avenue, Charlotte, North Kakalaki. What time?
We are going on 8:00.
8 o'clock. If y'all can make it out there, please do so. So they're going to be there. I guess it's going to be a couple other bands out there too, right?
Yeah, it's one other band, a Black Crowes tribute, but it's gonna be a good night, man. So yeah,
Yeah.
if y'all in town, come out.
Yeah, I hadn't been to that venue before. So yeah, y'all
Mhm.
check it out. Put it up there one more time. Y'all check it out. Hard Handle, that's them, the Black Crow Experience, with
Yeah.
their special guest Let Love Rule, which is Randall's one of his 18 bands. Some people have 18 children. He has 18 bands. So y'all come check him out. We definitely will appreciate that. Oh Lord have mercy. Jermaine comes in very, very late, but Robbie says keep pounding. Jermaine says Parker Brothers Bond Service. We
I'll
got
keep it in
cash
mind.
to bail out your ass. Play the show with Randall. Awesome show.
Oh yeah,
All
back
right.
in the day. Yep, sure
Okay.
did.
All right. That's what's up. So yeah. Anyways, y'all have fun out there. Remember, if you're gonna be betting, bet with your brain, not with your heart, and never bet more than you're willing to lose. And with that, y'all, we will see y'all next week. Have a great week. Rand, we'll see you next week, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right, y'all. Be good. Peace out.